Hey everybody, welcome to James Plays Tony Hawk's Underground. Yep, we're going back to the Tony Hawk games. I love them so much, you know? We will get to a point where I don't love them as much, and then we'll come to a stop. But for now, let's play a good game, right? So the big claim to fame for this is you create a skater, and then you go through story mode with that skater. And I've already created a character. I didn't go with making myself this time. I thought I'd go with something maybe a little more familiar to the audience. So let's go on in, start a new story. We have 4 difficulty settings to choose from. As you see here, too easy kind of changes the way the game feels. So I wouldn't really recommend it as anything, really. I just don't see what good that does. I would stick with beginner if you want something easy. Normal, maybe, or if you hate yourself like I do, meaning I hate myself and I hate you, you'll go with sick difficulty. So let's jump on in.
Check it, man. Muska is actually coming to this dump for a skate demo. Get dressed, let's go.
Yeah. I saw that Butterfinger logo and I just kind of went with it, you know? And I'm not trying to ape anybody's style like you might think. Oh, I made Bart in a created character. I'm copying Monster Factory. Just like Bart. Haha. No. It just felt right. You know? I mean, he does skateboard. It's very good. Just look at it. It's very good. One other thing I'll talk about real quick is face mapping. On the title screen you might have seen something called downloading your face. Since this was all about creating a character, making your identity, they had this thing where you could email them a picture of your face and they would upload it to a server. Then you could get a nice long code to download your face for your skater and then map it. As you can imagine, that's not an option anymore, and that's kind of a shame because we could have had fun with that. But we'll stick with Bart.
Well, I just got my ride all set up. Sort of.
Looks like that thing's held together with duct tape. Let's go skate.
Home sweet home. What a dump. At least it has some killer spots. The old pool down by the high school, Scabland, the drainage ditch on the south side of town, and Elm Street, our own little strip of paradise, complete with drug dealers who hate skateboarders.
Is that a stereotype that I wasn't aware of? That drug dealers hate skateboarders? Well, anyway. We've got our first mission right here to talk to our friend Eric Sparrow, a name that totally flew over my head for a very long time.
Hey, check this out.
But before we talk to him, let's go ahead and look at stats. Unlike previous games, you're not buying stats, you're not finding stat icons, you're not being given stat upgrades as you progress through the game. You have little mini challenges. So it's like the more you do something, the better you get at it, the more points you'll get for them. So I'll just go and show that off, and for an example, if I can get up here, there we are, a lip trick. Let's hold that for maybe 3 seconds. Yep. And we'll automatically have our lip tricks upgraded. That'll give us more balance, and now we can try for 5 seconds. Nailed it. Yeah. One thing I'll note is depending on your difficulty, that will change what the requirements are. For example, I think they want a 720, a 900, and a 1080 for spin, yeah. But if I were to do normal, I think it's a 540, a 720, and a 900. And then you see you get access to more challenges when you turn amateur or turn pro. And then just one more thing that I would note is these aren't linear, even though some of them, the way they're set up, they have to be linear. But looking at flip tricks, for example, I don't have to do the 5 and 10 in a combo before I could do the double heel flips. So if there's something that you just can't quite get a handle on, like say doing a grind for however long, there might be some other challenges that come up later that make it easier. And then there's just a couple of other things that I might point out as we go along. Anyway, I'm going to go and max out my stats as far as I can at the moment, and then we'll be back. Alright, there we are. We've got 6 out of 10 for everything. And now one other thing that I wanted to do is try to go for all the gaps in this level while doing all the missions. So we've got a cop car coming up. Let's jump over that for car hop. Let's turn back around and let's get right up on the edge of this quarter pipe. That wasn't far enough over. Let's try it again. Nope. Bounced off the edge. Let's do third time's a charm. There we are. Arson investigation. Do a lip trick on the wire above there. Then we just grind on this pipe for on the pipe again. Turn around and talk to Eric.
What up, Eric?
Hey, help me out here. I was just skating, minding my own, and the dealers grabbed my board. They tore it apart and they threw the pieces up on the roof. My knee's wrecked. Could you grab them for me?
Aw, man.
That's a face that only a Marge could love.
Here, I'll hold your deck.
Now this is another big thing introduced in Tony Hawk's Underground, being able to get off your board, running, jumping, climbing. And it's not super great, because you still move like you're on a skateboard. So wide turns, very clunky. They want you to do some things that are kind of precise later on that don't go so well.
Thanks. Here's your deck back. Hey, while I'm getting my ride set up again, let's see if you remember a couple of things. You can get off the board to get over terrain that would normally be hard or impossible to skate over. So, give this a try. First, get off your board, then jump over the barriers.
It does come in handy, though, when you get used to it and you're able to get to areas with a little more precision than you would if you were skating. Being able to line yourself up, being able to get up to places by climbing instead of trying to find a route on your skateboard. And then you can also use it to combo things. Like this. So we start in a grind, we get off our board, jump over that, into another grind. Now there was a little timer that was going down, and that is our run stat. The higher the stat, the longer you have between getting off your board and getting back on. Now let's talk to Eric again.
Now that you're done prancing on and off your board, let's actually skate.
At least I'm not too gimped to prance. How's your knee?
I'll show you, gimped. Let's see you land this.
Now there's a few gaps right over here for us to do.
Well, well, someone's been practicing. Okay, Mr. Hawk, try this one.
Mr. Hawk.
Bust a grab, then revert it as you land. Let's see you
Top
do it a few
commentary
times.
right there, just imitating voices. So let's see if I can get this. Nope, that one's a little difficult to do. Let me try it again. Nope. That's fine, we got 30 seconds. There we go. It's a little finicky in that you don't really land very easily across that spine. Spine transfer for another gap. Grind hop over the sewers. And I should stop messing around for a moment. Actually. There we go.
Yeah. But can you revert it to a manual?
I think I can. There we are.
That's it. Enough warming up. You can't beat my score, and you know it. Why try?
So we got to beat him in a score challenge. He will skate around and get points of his own. You'll see in the top right there. And we just got to beat him. That's actually probably good enough. Anyway, one more thing there. Grinding the high wire. As you saw, we get shot back to this spot if we stray too far. So we got to stay here. Works as a grind or a lip trick. Let's go ahead and just get a few more points. There, now we are definitely good to go. I was just trying to see if I could get that again. It's very difficult to do. To just do that up one quarter pipe, down the other. Because if you go too far, then you're not lined up anymore. It's maybe a little easier to do from this side to the other side, from left to right as opposed to right to left. Anyway, we got somebody skating along here. You might have seen him earlier.
Whoa, Mike V. I knew you were a Jersey local, but...
Hey kid, just out skating? Cool. Me too. Hitting up the old neighborhood.
Oh boy, I guess somebody wasn't around for getting their face scanned into the game. He didn't email Neversoft.
Want a new trick to practice? Get your special meter full, then hit up a flamingo.
So every now and then you'll find these guys in levels who will not only teach you a trick, but unlock a new trick slot. Yeah, we can once again edit our tricks. And remind me to do that later, because I will never ever land a Madonna or a Judo. Head on over here and do another mission.
Hey, JT. Not out racing today?
Hey, the kid next door. Nah, Charles needs some exercise. Hey, I tell you what, I'll give you $5 to run him around the block a couple of times for me.
And we're being taught about skitching. You saw that in the last game. You grab onto something, usually a vehicle, and you gain a lot of speed. You need to hold on to him for about 30 seconds. And the balancing on skitching usually isn't too bad. Occasionally you might get just hit with a sharp turn or something like that that really throws you off, but I think I'm okay with this. And this in itself is a gap that we will be clearing in 2 seconds. There we are, earn that $5, use that speed, come around, and do on the gutter by grinding the ledges of those junk houses. Alright, let's turn back around, and we have our choice of 2 missions here. And I'm actually going to do this one first.
You psyched to see Muska's demo? Yeah, bet you are. Hey, since you punks aren't in school, why don't you go put up some flyers? I'll give you free tickets to the demo. Try to hit all the telephone poles and wherever kids are skating.
Now there's more markers on the map than you actually need to hit, which is good. You just need to get 8 of them. You don't need to do them in a combo. Go here for Clinic Hop. And done.
Hey, Muska's demo is about to start. Let's check it out.
Wow, you totally jumped like a foot off the ground, dude. Way to go.
Yo, check this out.
It's louder than a Metallica concert in there! I also had bulletproof siding put in and 7 screens for my DVD player!
Muska, chillin'. Where? Australia?
See? That's how you hook it up. I mean, what's he done? Popped down a few rails and he's traveling the world, living like a king.
And we are now at another point in the level where some new missions open up, but I'm actually going to go take a look at the goals and do this. Get in tight with the Street Warriors. See, you only need to do so many missions to get to the next chapter. And this is required, but I could have done any 4 of these missions before. But if I want to get everything, I have to go back and choose the ones that I missed.
You want to roll with the Street Warriors? You gotta pay the cost to be the boss. Alright, 'cause I'm such a sweetheart, I'll give you a chance. Take my car and cruise past all the cones, and get back here before I get paged. Make it and you're in. Drive bad and it's a knife in the belly. Sorry, gang policy.
Yep, it's everybody's favorite part of the Tony Hawk series, the driving. There's, I think, 1 vehicle mission per level, maybe more, and they're not good. They really aren't. Again, it's kind of like you're on a skateboard. It's almost like this game was designed for skateboarding, you know? And another thing is your car doesn't take any damage. It'll bounce around if you hit walls and things like that. It's just not really that great. There's a big jump. Turn back around. Thankfully, they are starting us off nice and easy, so I've got plenty of time to do this mission. Later on, it might not be as forgiving. And there.
You're nuts, Junior. Come back and kick it anytime. You're a Street Warrior now.
I just wanted to show off that driving. And while I'm here, get that barrier.
Wow, Muska in Jersey? Unreal. I wonder if anyone could impress him.
So we got a score challenge
That's a good place to skate.
where we have to do a certain score while his car is in the area. If we take too long, don't get the score, he moves to another area. And that should be it.
Hey, what's up, man? That was a sick line you had back there.
Whoa, Chad Muska? I'm a huge fan.
Dang, man, that's some ghetto ride you got rolling, though.
Yeah, but I'm pretty broke. I gotta make it last.
I hear you, man. Back in Vegas, I had no money, no place to stay, nothing, man, until my first shop sponsor hooked me up. So why don't you head down to your shop, check out their riders, and try to get hooked up. And yo, Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
And we're on our way.
Mr. Peralta's not here right now, but if you want to be sponsored by his skate shop, you'll need to impress the riders on his team. If you get us to sign off on you, you're in.
Again, we're at another chapter. So I think that's a good place to stop for the moment. And I will see you all next time.